What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to IT Security Labs, and today we have yet another challenge from Tryhackme. We will be doing memory forensics, and one of our elf McDave recently clicked on a link and they think that their computer is behaving funny. This computer might be infected by malware, and our boss, Elf McSkitty, tasked you, Elf McBlue, to investigate and find out what's really happening on this computer. In this case, we'll be using volatility. We are lucky that there is a capture of memory from the computer, and this memory is the RAM memory. And when a process is executed on a system, most of the time, to be fast, it will run in RAM. And if you can capture the RAM of a system, you can tell what processes were running and what the attacker was doing, because most of the time some attackers will try to hide in memory by running in memory instead of saving their payloads to disk. But this way we have a tool called volatility, and volatility is going to do that for us. So here I already have signed into my machine and cd to volatility that has a bunch of files. In this case we have the vol.py. You might not see a bunch of files in here because I already did this task before recording the video. But what we'll be doing the first is we need to identify the version of the Windows system that we're running in. And to do that, we can just run the volatility script with the Windows info plugin. And what this does is it will go to the workstation.vmem, which is the memory that was captured from the system. This is a virtual machine, and run a script from volatility plugins to tell us what version of Windows. So let's run it and see what's happening. All right, so after a while, you notice that we get a lot of information here, but one piece of information that's interesting is the OS major version is Windows 10. We also see a bunch of other information like the root of the file system and the machine build numbers. But here, our first question says, what is the version of Windows? This is version 10. What is the name of the binary gift that Santa left? To do that, we can just come back here and run windows.pscan module. This module here will go and list all the processes that were running on the system when it was captured. So if we run that, we should see all the processes that were running and their related files. So let's see what comes up. Okay, so after it runs, you notice that we get a list of all the processes that are running. Going through the list here, we notice this one right away with PID of 2040, mysterygift.exe. That's an interesting one. This takes some time to get used to knowing what's normal in Windows and what's not, and playing around in Windows will show you that the service host and a bunch of these are what you would expect a normal Windows system to look like. But this one stands out, so we come back and we give them the answer here, mysterygift.exe. What is the PID? That's 2040, and you can find it right here. And then dump the contents of the binary. How many files are dumped? To dump the contents, you just need to run python 3 vol.py workstation mem and use the windows.dump files plugin with the PID. In this case, ours is 2040. So we come back here and we run that. Okay, so this will dump all the files, as you can see, and if you count them, you'll notice that there's 16 files. You can pipe them to WC-L if you want, but I counted them by hand and we give them 16. And that's the solution for today. Learned a little bit about volatility. I've used it before, but please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. And we'll be back tomorrow for more challenges from Tryhackme.